everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in, and I want to shout out everybody that's still following me. I appreciate you guys because I know I haven't been a good YouTuber for the past few long minute but I appreciate you, and if you're new to my channel, welcome and thank you for joining in. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get to this. Yay. A little thing about me is this video I want to touch on a few things. So one is my fibroid discovery, what I do to medicate that, and my advice for anybody that may be going through the same thing or don't know they're going through the same thing that I've been going through or have been going through, and found this to be very helpful and a little bit of a guidance. So first and foremost, I didn't learn that I got fibroids or had fibroids until 2020 when COVID hit, and that's after I switched my OBGYN doctor, and I told her the same thing I have been telling my previous OBGYN doctor since I was 16, that I really have bad cramps. I really have excessive, painful, bad cramps, and they would not let me do anything. I was not able to drive, I was not able to leave my bed, I was not able to walk, and it's only because the first 24-48 hours I will be miserable. I'll be vomiting. It got to a point I'll be vomiting even if I didn't eat the yellow acid in my stomach, and that was gruesome in itself. I'll have chills so bad, goosebumps and everything. Even if I put a blanket, no matter how many blanket I'll put, it would do nothing. I will be very dizzy, very low in energy. I will be exhausted, tremendously exhausted, and I wouldn't be able to keep anything liquid or solid down at all. And then lastly is my body was constantly shaking. I'll be sitting like this and my body just shaking because of how much pain I was in. And then I'll have the worst night sweat. I would wake up 2-3 times in the night just to change my clothes because of so much bad night sweats. And I don't know how in the world that is normal, but it wasn't normal to me. I felt that was the most weirdest thing ever, because my friends would not complain of this issue. They'd be like, yeah, I have bad cramps, and I'm like, well, mine is even worse. So I lived with that since I was 16. So let me give you a time frame between 2011 till 2018. I lived with it. Push forward midsummer 2019. I've dealt with that much pain, and there's nothing I could have done. I've done in my lifetime of those painful cramps, I have tried all the counter medicine that have said that they deal with menstrual cycle, because that's what my old OBGYN doctor would tell me to take. I'll take it, and I'll take Advil, because you only see your OBGYN for your PAP once a year. So I'll take it and I'll try it throughout the year, and it will not work. And then I'll see her the next year and she'll try this thing. And so I went through everything. I went through aspirin, I went through Advil, I went through Midol, Tylenol, something else I'm forgetting, and they didn't work. If not, they made me even more sicker the next month. It was really horrible. It was a nightmare. It was bad. it was just all bad. I have also tried like heating pads, because that was a thing, you know, like that was a thing. And during like 2011 to like 2016, 2017, heating pad was a thing, and I had that, and it would work. It was worth the time and the money if you're not going anywhere. If you're staying in bed and not doing nothing, it was efficient. But it wasn't to me, because I had to do other things. You know, I had classes, I had work, I had homework. So it wasn't really realistic at the same time, you know? And I hated it. I hated it. I even tried the where you warm a cloth and you put in your stomach. That was tedious because I had to send my brothers to keep warming that thing in the microwave. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. So eventually, and during that time frame, honestly, I remember like 2017. I finally found something I could like put on every day and still go to work and still go to school. And that was the icy hot pads. Like, they came in a box and it was like 5 in a pack, and they still have that. Because rubbing icy hot in your whole body was messy and it stained. So the icy pad helped. And I'll put them all over my abdomen and the back. And I was able to like keep them for 24 hours. So they worked. They worked until a certain point where they kind of ended up not working, because you have to always constantly have them in the house, and they were expensive. So it was like when you didn't have them, you were back to zero. And then I started changing my diet. I started looking for things that helps with menstrual cycles. So one thing that I found out was blueberries, because of the antioxidants, they help with menstrual cycles. So I would eat those. They help with like limiting my vomiting. So I'll take it. I was in that place of like, I'll take that. Honestly, if I don't have to throw up, I'll take it, because that was the biggest thing. Because I feel like every time I threw up, and I threw up everything that was out in my stomach, and then addition of that, I'll be throwing up the acid. So it was like, it started to like burn and irritate my throat. So that was not okay. So that the blueberries helped with that. So I was like, you know what, I'll take it. Every other symptoms, cramps, whatever issue I had, fine, I'll stay with it. But if I'm not throwing up, I'm good. Then it's like, because it's fruit, I'm eating it so much. I'm eating my smoothie, you know, it's not like I was avoiding it, not to take it. I'll get the organic one and eat those. But I'll still put them in my smoothie. So my body got used to it. After I realized that, I tried seaweed. Seaweed is supposed to be good. Has a lot of nutrient like benefits, but also helped with the menstrual cycle. So I took that, and I'll say like from 1 to 10, it was a 7. It helped a lot, like a lot, but it was just expensive. And it was those things like, if I didn't have it or the store didn't have enough, I was screwed, because I would have to had bought 5, eat 5 before the day off that I started it, and 1 the day off when I started. So 5, you know what I mean? So the day that I start, I'll eat 1, and then 4 of those packs prior. And it helped, I think for a year and a half, and then my body got used to it. And when I learned my body used to it, was the worst feeling ever, because I went by the store, ate 1, and I just threw it up. And that was like, my body was like, what the heck is this? This is not even helping. So my throw up started came back, and it was downhill from there. Around 2019, I looked into like other like herbal medicine, because at that point, like, I've gone through all the counter medicine. My doctor has suggested doing birth control. Like, personally, I would never ever ever do birth control for my personal reason and my personal perspective of them. I would never do it. So that was not even an advice or like an option for me to go with, so it was useless. And I know like birth control has helped some of my friends who have dealt with bad menstrual cycle, and it's either because they have endometriosis and it helped with that, and it, you know, made them be functionable beings. But it wasn't an option for me. And that's when I found about cran bark. So cran bark is a old herbal medicine. It does act as a medicine. In a sense, it acts as a epidural, because they used to use it in England or British or in the olden days, when women were giving birth. So they'll bite on it and like suck on it, and that will help with the pain. So cranberries and Native Americans used it as a medicine. It's supposed to help with menstrual cycle, body pains, body ache, joint aches, blood pressure. So it does act as a medicine. Is supposed to be drinking as a tea nowadays, because they dry the stems and then you steep the stems and you drink it as the tea. So you have to like the tea. And honestly, I've been using it for the past 2 years, and it's been a lifesaver. When I say a lifesaver, I mean a freaking lifesaver to me, because I'm able to do everything that I need to do. I still have nice sweats, obviously, but my iron my iron doesn't get too low to where I feel like groggy and tired. I don't throw up anymore, which is great. My body doesn't constantly like shake like I have like some issues, and it keeps me alert, so I'm not in so much pain to where I'm passing out because of the pain. And then I can go to work, go to school, make dinner, do like light jobs that I wasn't able to do. I'll put like where I get my cran bark, and honestly, granted, please do your research too. When I saw my doctor that I see right now, I told her like, hey, this is what I take, and she wasn't familiar with this, so she had to do her own research. And next time I saw her, she was fine with it. Everybody's different, and especially based on your health, every person is different. If you are honestly dealing with bad menstrual cycle, please find an OB/GYN doctor. If you have to like tell them to request like a vaginal ultrasound, that's what my doctor requested. So, and that's how we found out that I had fibroids. Fibroids grow in your uterus wall, and they go uterus wall or uterus cavity, and worst case scenario, they do go to your ovaries, and they can make you infertile or incapable of carrying the pregnancy long term or full term, because they grow with your hormones. So that means you also have to watch what you eat and how much hormones you're intaking in a daily basis. When it comes to like daily and meat, you just have to do that. The thing at the same time is like fibroids, they're such a health hazard, or a big health impact in the African community, because they literally are found a lot of the times in African women, like how endometriosis is found in like Caucasian women or Latin women. Fibroids are found in African women. So if you're African, I'm pleading that you go and get that checked out and get tested to see if you have fibroids, and if you don't feel comfortable, try getting the cranberry tea and see if it'll help. And if it helps, great. But it's good to know what is the health, the underlying health issue that you're having and why you're dealing with those situations that you're dealing with, especially if it's your menstrual cycle and it's your health and your wellness all together as a woman is very important. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, and see you guys on my next video. Bye.